Hello, welcome back to Cloud9 AI, where we have discussions on everything AI and particularly increasing your AI literacy. Today, just wanted to explain what generative AI is. Generative AI, you may have heard the word or not, but you probably have most likely heard AI, ChatGPT, and that's what the basis of generative. That's the basis of what ChatGPT does. It's based on generative AI. That's why it's much more popular now. So generative AI is a type of AI, which is technology that creates content. Whether it's content that's text with your numbers and your letters, or images, so the pictures and the cartoons, or the real life ones that you can create. And they can also create audio and video and just a bunch of different things, like also codes. So it's very dynamic in the things that it can create. So generative AI creates content. So remember it by the fact that the word generative, the start is you're generating something. So the machine computer is creating something. And it is able to create various kinds. So based on the prompt that you give it, and the prompts are the instructions. That's what they are, the instructions. So it can be a question, it can be something very long where you're telling it to create an essay that is based on the future of AI in 2041 and to focus on the education sector, particularly to middle school. You see, so if you do a prompt like that, the AI can create that essay based on those details, the instructions, prompt that you give it. And that's very similar to the way it works with, like, if it's creating a list or if you want to create an image, you give it instructions. So with the instructions that you give the AI to generate, it's very important. If you have a very particular thing in mind that you want it to give you want to be very detailed and very precise. But if you're just wanting to learn or to just explore, or it's a topic you're not very familiar with, it's okay also to be vague. But that's generative AI. That's the technology that ChatGPT had that made it very, very popular, because now with generative AI combined with something called NLP, which is natural language processing, us people who don't know how to code were able to communicate with the technology, the chatbots, for them to create the things that we want them to create. So, with AI already existing before in the past, this is already something that could be done. So, it's already been done, it's already been available. We just didn't have, the public just didn't have access to it because you had to have the knowledge, or you had to have access to it through work or the organizations that you're in, or have a lot of money. So, ChatGPT coming out with this application that is free for the public to use, and then on top of that, they can they can communicate with it using just text, natural language, the way we naturally speak. That's really what made it boom. So people are finding different ways to use generative AI to get their work done, whether it's to help them with email or whether it's to help them with research and education learning purposes. And a lot of other organizations are also using it to exploit the fact that the AI can replace humans in the workforce. Anyways, that's all for generative AI. Talk to you next time. And please like, subscribe, and share this video to somebody who is curious to learn about AI, the basics, and not the confusion.